Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Hey, today I wanted to take a little bit of a dive into the negative aspects of things and go over a few items because after 2.5 years of having people come over and seeing which people do fabulously well over there and just really take on the project of moving and creating a life, and the others who are not happy. I'm sorry to say not everyone is cut out to move to another foreign country where there's foreign languages, where there are different cultures, where there are ideas and things like that. There are certain people who are just not going to do well. So instead of going into the negative, these people won't do well, I'm going to go into the positive, the traits that you actually have to have if you are going to move to Italy and create a new life. Now let's just start out with the create a new life thing. You are creating your new life. You are not parachuting into a life that has already been created for you, and that is so important for you to understand. I know in Santa Dominica Talao, we made it so easy for people. They parachuted in, they had the whole network of the suppliers and the technical people and all of the people, the furniture guys, everything is all right there. We vetted everything and we made it super, super pain-free. But unfortunately, I think we might have done a disservice to certain people because it was so easy, and I'm going to go over exactly why. Another thing I want to bring up, and thank you Justin and Michael from Prego Italia, because they say this a lot on their channel, and I could not agree more. Don't come over and try to create their life. Don't come over and try to do what they did. This is your life, and it's the same with us. Don't come over thinking it's going to be exactly like Chris says. I see things through rose-colored glasses because I create them that way. I see a paradise because I've created my personal paradise. Justin and Michael have created their personal paradise. Are there barriers and problems? Yeah, absolutely. But we just take them on and roll over them and keep moving. So understand, this is your life. This is your move, and you need to create your own life. Another thing that is very interesting is I was in the Encarta dictionary one day and I looked up the definition of heaven, and it said a place or condition, blah, 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 blah. And I said, a condition, just what I thought. I can create my own personal heaven, my own personal paradise, and we have, or I can create my own personal hell. And I've seen some people do that, unfortunately. So it's up to you. How you end up when you move to Italy is on you. It's not on your real estate agent. It's not on your renovation specialist. It's not on your advisors and consultants and everything else. It's on you. They provide the tools and advice. You provide the life. So the first trait that's very, very important for somebody who's really going to do well in Italy is to not have the expectation and the need for everything to be done for you. If you're not willing to go into the hardware store looking for a little piece of pipe and looking like an idiot by trying to show the Google Translate the pictures of the pipe and speak Italian to the guy, if that mortifies you, you are not going to do well in Italy. I'll just say that straight out. If you think somebody's going to be there to always do things for you and that's what you expect and that's what you need, don't come. The other attribute is somebody who really wants to be part of the Italian community. What can I do to contribute my personal efforts? You can look around. I want to give a shout out to Ronnie, one of our guys up there in Santa Dominica. He set up a trash pickup thing on Saturday mornings. After summer, because of all the tourists that come over, tends to be trash on the outer edges of Santa Dominica. Not in Santa Dominica because it's very clean and very beautiful, but it bothered him when he was driving back and forth. He said, this is our driveway, like a miles-long driveway. And he wanted it to look nice. So he set up a little group of people and they're going out picking up trash. And I'm like, yay, thank you so much. And this is very, very well accepted and loved by the community. So that's one thing. Another thing is our olive mill project. A lot of you guys have donated to that. I want to give you a little quick update. We're still working on the nonprofit. We're almost there. We should be able to close on the actual olive mill property in the name of the nonprofit. You cannot donate to a municipality if you're a foreigner, found that out. In any case, that is underway, and I wanted to let you know because it's been bugging me for the whole time we've been trying to get this thing done. It's getting close. But you donated. Thank you. And then when they had a little fundraiser for the church in the back of the village, which is one of our 1700s landmarks back there, and they were renovating it, it's absolutely gorgeous, we all donated. We give time and money to certain projects and things in the village and in the surrounding area. I remember when we had a lot of refugees coming over from Ukraine, we all got together, got food and everything, got them all set up. The type of person who does that and doesn't expect anything in return is the type of person who will do really well in Italy. The other attribute is the willingness to learn Italian. I'm not going to say the ability because everybody has the ability. It is the willingness. Now, first of all, if you think I'm too old to learn or I can't learn languages or some stuff like that, that is not true. In Europe, most people speak more than one language and many speak 2 or 3 or 4 languages. And they're not all the same languages. German is very different from Italian. Italian and Spanish are very similar. But the point is, you can learn it. You just have to do it. There are all kinds of tools. You've got online tutors, you've got Italian for Dummies, which is great. I love that book. It goes over sentence structure. It's wonderful. You've got Drive Time Italian, which you can order on Amazon and drill in your car. You just have to be willing to do it and keep at it until you get it done. This attribute is kind of a negative attribute, and I bring it up because I've seen it. If you're running away from something, you're running away from problems, you're running away from issues, you're running away from the law, God forbid, those things come with you. Your problems come with you. They don't stop existing because you leave an area. If you have these and you don't confront them and you don't handle them in a way that makes you happy, they're going to come with you to Italy, and guess what? New ones are going to come up and take their place. If you can confront problems and handle them so you don't have to run away from them, you'll do well. The other people who are going to do well are people who do not have to have everything exactly as it is in their heads. Now, I've seen this with weddings. Oh my goodness, the bride on these shows has to have everything's perfect. Everything's got to be perfect. The strawberries have to be dipped in a certain way or it's going to be ruined. That person will not do well because there will always be things that will be different. Again, you're creating your own life. So if you're moving over thinking you're going to slide into Under the Tuscan Sun, that is not how it's going to go because it's never going to be the way it is in your head. I'll give you a quick example. One of my beautiful friends, a fantastic guitar player, and he used to buy and sell equipment all the time because it was never quite, the tone was never quite right. And I said, look, dude, it's never going to be the way it is in your head. In your head, it's perfect. You're dealing with imperfection in the physical universe. You're going to have imperfections. It will never match this. But let's look at what you have. Is it great? It might be even greater, but you can't see it because you got this. So definitely take a look at that. And if you do have that idea and you still want to move to Italy, let it go and enjoy the process. The other type of people who do well moving to Italy and even doing renovations are the ones who really take on barriers and issues. Now, if barriers and issues ruin everything for you, don't even come over. I mean, I wouldn't even recommend a trip to southern Italy because it's going to be overwhelming for you. Don't do it. If you're the type of person that goes, oh, this came up, great, I'm going to do this. Or, like I said, you're down at the hardware store trying to find this exact piece of pipe and you're trying to communicate with Google Translate to the hardware store owner and you're okay with that, great, that's wonderful. There will be issues, there will be problems. I could go on and on and on about my residency situation. The fact is we just keep going. Now, I have to tell you something about our associates, Antonella Lucchesi, Nick Mehta, Pete Sobolev, my husband. They all have the motto, and the motto is there's always a workaround. There's always a way to do it. We just have to find it. And when you have that motto, everything is perfect. You know you're going to figure out a solution to any problem that comes up. And it's you figuring out the solution to those problems. The other people who do well are people who effectively communicate. And they communicate a lot, and they clarify things, and they fully understand things. Now, some of the problems that have come up have been situations where people didn't really understand the contracts. I've tried to make them super simple. I've tried to explain them in very clear and precise detail, but there was something there that they didn't understand, and they didn't say anything. And that creates a problem. You have to communicate. You have to communicate effectively. And that includes being willing to communicate when you don't understand. If you can effectively communicate with all kinds of people, life's going to be a whole lot easier for you. Now, the final type of person and attribute that I will go over yet again, I brought it up kind of at the beginning a little bit, is the person who takes full and total responsibility for their situation, their decisions, and the outcome. Again, we've made it way easy for people to just parachute into Santa Dominica and use our networks and use our guys and be accepted by the community because we've already set it all up for everybody. But gosh, I think we made it a little too easy. It doesn't matter how easy somebody can make it for somebody. If you're the type of person who says, oh, I trust you, go do it, and then turn around and blame that person when it goes wrong, don't come. I've been in that situation a few times, and it's infuriating. You bend over backwards to try to do everything for this person, and they're never happy, and it's your fault. So if you're one of those people, please do us all a favor and stay home. However, if you're the type of person that goes, you know, I made that decision. Yes, you recommended it, but I made the ultimate decision, and I'm okay with that. And we can work through anything that goes on. You're going to do well. Understand again, this is your life. It is your heaven or your hell. And you have to decide whether or not you want to take that on. If you want to have the responsibility and take it on, no matter what the outcome, you're going to do well. There are many, many situations that Pete and I have run into, and we don't belabor like the ones that were bad, quote unquote, but because we've done so many things over there, and we've gotten involved in so many projects and so many ideas, and we keep getting into more, we run into some pretty major stuff. And yes, it shouldn't happen. And yes, somebody else did that to us. But the bottom line is we're still there. Why? Because we made the decision that no matter what happens, we're going to work our way through. And those of you who have been watching the channel for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's even more to it than that. At some point, I will divulge all and tell you everything that has happened. We have decided that we still love our slice of paradise that we have created and continue to create. And every day we work on it to create it more. I'm responsible for my condition. I'm responsible for my paradise, and I'm responsible for my life in Italy. So no matter what happens, we're going to make it go right. And if you have that viewpoint and that idea, then you're going to do just fine. So I hope this helps, guys. I'm sorry if I pooped on some dreams of some people, but the bottom line is I'd rather have you feel bad and have your dreams crushed for a few days than to have you make a decision and a purchase that is life-changing and is a drastic mistake. So hopefully I'm doing some people a favor. For the rest of you guys, hopefully I'm validating your positive characteristics, because if you have all those, you're going to do great. And it's going to be the time of your life, and it's going to be the most exciting project you've ever been on. And for those who don't have those characteristics, maybe something else might be better for you. So there you go, guys. Take care.